And welcome to the super fun, awesome, happy time pedal and string show. My name is Gabor.
Nice. Hey, welcome along. I'm Alex. We're going to check out some guitar strings today.
Yes. So, the good people, the absolutely awesome people at Dunlop, Australia.
Jim,
and the people at Dunlop.
Yep.
Like MXR and
Yeah.
that way huge guy.
Way huge guy. Yeah, you know,
Well, they were kind enough to send us some strings. And they're going to sponsor us, basically, in future with strings. And they sort of said, what strings do you want? And I had a kind of a look around on the Jim Dunlop website.
Yep.
And they make a couple of different types of strings. And so I use 11 to 50s. Alex uses 10 to 46s. They make 11 to 50s and 10 to 46s both in the standard, what they call the Performance Plus series. Electric nickel. But then they also make 11 to 50s in a heavy core.
Yep.
And they make 10 to 46s in Alex's favorite Rev Willy's.
Yeah.
Because Alex likes his Willys.
Rev Willy.
Mexican, what is it? Mexican lottery.
Brand.
Electric guitar strings, safest and cheapest.
Safest and cheapest.
It's just so cool. These are the Billy Gibbons signature series strings. That's actually the heaviest gauge they make.
Because he plays 8s or something.
I think it goes down as low as 7s or 8s, yeah, that you can get in that particular one. But I thought, so they make 10 to 46s in them and in the standards. They make 11 to 50s in the standard ones and in the heavy cores. And we thought, let's try out a video that will go over 3 weeks to see what the difference is. So today, both of us put the standard, what they call Performance Plus, on our guitar. So Alex put the 10 to 46s on his... what is it? Larrivee RS2.
So it's like a P90 Les Paul Junior thing?
I put them on my Fender Japan Modern Jazzmaster. It's been a long day.
It's a new Japanese.
Japanese sort of thing, 2 humbucker thing. So I put them on my guitar, Alex put them in his guitar. Now what we're going to do is, we put them on, we're going to strum a few chords, we're going to use them in all the demos we filmed today, because we film once a week, right? We're going to use them in all the demos we filmed today. Then... next week, we're going to come back and do the next part of this video where we put the other strings on. So I'm going to put the heavy core strings. And
I'm going to put on the Willys.
He's going to put on his Mexican Willys.
Mexican Willys.
And we're going to do the same thing then, play a few chords and use them in all the demos. And we're going to link to maybe some of the demos too. And then week 3, we're going to come back after we've had them on our guitars for a week each time. And we're going to say which ones we like better, why we like them better, and then those will be the strings we're going to be using from now on all our guitars. Yep. So they're going to send us basically strings and supply us. Big thank you to Jim Dunlop, Australia, and Jim Dunlop, not Australia, for supplying us with these strings that we're going to use in future. And we're going to say why we like one better than the other, and what we find the difference is. Because often you read these things with strings and you go, these have a heavy core, these have a hexagonal core, or these are cryogenically frozen. But what is the actual difference? So we're going to put them on the same guitar.
These are filled with custard and raisins and chocolate chips.
They're different to the ones I got. Yeah. Those Mexicans, they make strings differently. So we're going to try them on the same guitars. We're going to keep them fairly new, so week only, right? So both of us put these strings on yesterday. Use them in all the videos today, and we're doing this now. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
I'll go first? Okay, so these are the... Electric Nickel Performance Plus. That was the dog. 11 to 50s, right? Yep. And through our usual setup, the Mostronics amp switcher, Cherry Tone Otis Mini 20, and the 2 notes, clean. Let's just do bridge pickup. Sounds like this. I'm going to try to play the same thing every time. So middle position now. It's quite jangly on this guitar. Neck pickup.
Alright, so I've got the
Performance Plus.
Electric Nickel Performance Plus.
Standard. They're basically their standard strings. 10 to 46. Lovely. Now, my first impression, because I don't play this guitar that often in videos, so you probably don't really know that much, but you do play that guitar quite often in videos.
Yeah.
It's bright, definitely brighter.
Yes. I think so. Definitely alive. It's a nice snap to it. They feel very... how do you describe strings?
I find it very hard to describe. For me, I mean, we were kind of chatting before we started this. I had strings, I'm not going to name any names, but I had a very popular set of strings that a lot of friends of mine use and rave about, and I never used. What I'm going to say is they're somewhat large people from New York.
Large people, yeah.
Just take that as you want. A lot of people rave about those strings, and I never used them before. So I got 11 of 50s, put them on, and I really, really, really didn't like them. And I had that gauge on, I had that set of strings on here for quite a while. This is a guitar I often have now, lately I always have in my living room sort of there, and I played at night after the kids go to bed and stuff like that, acoustically more than plugged in. And I didn't like the feel of them. Now, I haven't put any other strings on this guitar yet, any other brands, because usually I use a different brand, but the first thing I found is they feel looser.
Oh yeah?
Even though they're the same gauge as those other strings were. They feel a bit looser, and they're definitely brighter.
Brighter.
Yeah.
Yes, interesting. It feels like a quality string. You know, sometimes if you're maybe like a bit younger, when I was kind of early 20s, and go, oh, I don't have any money, I just got to buy the cheapest pack of strings on the shelf.
Yeah.
And you get them, and you're like, oh, they're a bit crap.
Yeah.
This has a very good quality feel to them on your fingers.
Feels good. It's a silly thing, but I wonder if I can do a photo of it as well. The ball ends are coloured,
yes,
but they're not a colour code where everyone is a different colour. The two bass strings and the two treble strings have 3 different colours, and it's the same order. So it's white, black, gold, white, black, gold. So when you get them out of the pack, which is a sealed pack as well, not like some other strings that are not sealed pack, it's a sealed pack inside. In the cardboard, it's sealed. You pull it out, and then you have the 3 treble strings and the 3 bass strings kind of rolled up together. So for quick change, you know which one it is. I do like that. Rather than having all 6 of them different colour, which another brand does, or all of them the same colour. I do think if you're looking for spare strings quickly in a gig situation with dark, you're looking for something, and you go, I want the non-wound string that's gold. Yeah. You quickly see it and find it. So I do think that's a good thing. But yeah, I mean, first impressions, I've only had them on there since yesterday. First impressions, I definitely like him better than his other strings.
Sure.
That's my first impression.
Probably one of my favourite non-coated strings.
Okay. Yeah, both of us have been using coated strings in the past. So it's sort of yeah.
So, not that I guess there's pros and cons to both, isn't there?
Yeah.
Coated, non-coated. I'm going to waffle on for a bit. It's, hopefully they
last as well.
Like have life to them.
Yeah.
Not necessarily rustiness, but also like life and tone.
Which is what the other ones. That's the thing. They died instantly.
Sure.
Those other ones that I didn't like. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fast forward into the future, all the way into the year 2000, or next Tuesday.
$1 million.
When we're going to now have then the other strings on it.
Yep.
So let's fast forward to that. All right. This is us in the future now. Well, in the past, but at the time before this, it was the future. Currently, it's the present.
Yeah.
But yeah, confusing. But we're back. Week 2 of the Dunlop string trial. So, Alex, do tell.
So last week I had on the standard electric nickel Performance Plus set. They were really nice.
10 to 46.
Played very well. Yep. And now, just this morning, I've put on the Rev Willy's.
He put his willies on.
Yay! And Mexican lottery brand, which is the best kind of lottery.
Yes.
And so far, they feel quite different.
Okay. Do tell. How different?
As in, it's like a looser tension.
Okay.
Is that the way to phrase it? So they almost feel like a size like lighter.
Okay.
So they feel quite light on your
God,
fingers.
you can get them in 8s, I'm pretty sure. So
Well,
they would feel ridiculously light.
That's Billy Gibbons' thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Super light strings.
Yeah.
Should we just play a little bit so you can hear it? Bridge through to the neck pickup selections. Oop.
Chromaticized. So, I don't know. It's hard to tell now. I mean, we have to listen back to it at some stage, but to hear the difference between and what if the sound is much different, but the feel, you say, is quite different.
A little bit, yeah. Definitely feel like looser.
See, the interesting thing is with my...
It's a looser Willy feeling.
With mine, it's the total opposite. So I had the standard Performance Plus 11-50s on, and I did it yesterday. I put the heavy core 11-50s on, and it's exact opposite. So these feel like a size up almost. Heavier, like with a heavier core. So, I mean, I used to play 12s all the time. So I'm kind of used to it, but they do feel quite a lot heavier.
Okay.
So I guess benefit with that could be if you want to tune lower without maybe having to do anything with the nut, like filing the nut slots or resetting up your guitar, maybe. So you get maybe tighter tension at the same gauge.
Well, the heavy core's written in like standard, like Motley Crue rock and roll font. So
standard Motley Crue font.
So it kind of implies it's kind of more heavier.
Yeah. I think if you read the spiel about it, it's for if you want to tune down but keep the same feel,
sure.
Without, I guess, having to change any physical things on your guitar. Because if you go to 12 gauge strings, the G in particular, it's usually the G and the E I find, or the third and the sixth string, I guess. They're the ones that have issues with fitting in there, so you may have to file. Sure. So this could give you an option. But let's just do the same thing I did last week as well. So did I start on the bridge or did I start on the neck? Let's start on the bridge. So bridge pickup.
Bridge to neck.
What do you do?
Carry on.
Okay. Neck position. Workplace health and safety.
Worth it.
Lighter.
No, approved.
Again, I'm not sure sound-wise if it sounds much different.
Just from an observational thing, I think these are less bright than the other standard set.
Well, I guess tighter maybe would... Although, I don't know. Yeah, possibly. Not sure. We'll find out. We might put, at the end of the video, I might put all the clips sort of back-to-back just so you can kind of hear them. But yeah, I mean, cool. First impressions feel-wise, they're definitely tighter. Okay. There's definitely more resistance there. I'm not sure if it's just in my head, but even the plain strings, which you wonder how that would work with them being the same gauge, maybe different
alloy to make
different alloy,
more rigid or something.
I don't know, but they definitely do feel heavier. Okay. In a core sort of thing.
Well, we're going to play these for a week and come back next week with our conclusion. Is that the right word?
Sure.
Conclusion of our thoughts on Dunlop Standards and Mr. Willy's.
It doesn't matter which ones he likes better. He's got to play Willy's.
Yeah.
Just because I can talk about him playing with his Willy. But anyway, yes. To the future. And we're back with week 3 of the String Trilogy 2023.
Yeah.
Yes. So we now each had the... so I had the heavy core strings, and you had your Willys.
This guy.
On your guitar for a week.
Rev Willy.
So this is the conclusion, the thrilling conclusion. Hold on to your seats, folks. I hope you got the popcorn ready.
Hold on to your Willys.
Hold on to your Willys.
So, yeah.
How did you like these strings?
The Willys. Well,
how did you like playing your Willy?
It never gets old.
No.
So I feel like they're a lower tension and almost feel like a lower gauge.
Yeah.
Even though it's still 10 to 46.
Yeah.
They do feel like very snappy, like light, easy to bend. Almost feel like 9s.
Well,
and you're probably going the opposite way.
I'm going the opposite way. So it's I've got the heavy core 11 to 50s on it, and they do feel almost like 12s. So and I think that's what it's meant for. So it's heavy core, so you don't have to, file the slots on the nut for the strings, and it's just if you want to drop tune.
Sure.
Keep the same strings on it, but with higher tension.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's what they actually feel like in the real world. Because on the blurbs, they just say they sound amazing. They've got rich, smooth tones and stuff. But that doesn't actually tell you what they feel like under the fingers.
Well, that was the whole point of the video.
That's the experiment.
Yes. So, Alex, if you had to choose one of these sets, and you do have to choose one of these sets because we are going to be playing these sets in future. Yes. Sadly, I think I know what you're going to say.
I'm going to go with the standard electric nickel. I know you're disappointed about not having the Willys to make fun of, but... I
just always wanted to say, how are your Willys? He's playing his Willys.
Yep.
How do you like playing with 6 Willys at once? So you're going for the standards?
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit light under the fingers. It's such a personal preference thing. So maybe if you play 9s and want to get a bit more like weight in your tone, but don't want to crazy change in playability, maybe the Willys are for you. Reverend Willy's Mexican lottery brand.
The Mexican
strings
Willys
are for you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. The same with me. I'm going to go with the standards too.
Yep.
I was kind of umming and ahhing, but I think the playing experience with these, from memory and hindsight, I preferred to these.
Sure.
So even though I like heavy strings, and I might still ask my good friend Brad for a few of the heavy core as well, for some guitars that are tuned maybe to D and stuff, or E flat even, just to get. But I think I'm going to stick with the 11 to 50s as well. The Performance Plus 11 to 50s as well. I did genuinely really quite like the feel of them. I thought
likewise.
I do like them. And I think we both said last time, was a week ago, it was a couple of minutes ago for you, but it was a week ago for us, or 2 weeks even ago for us. Neither of us have played many non-coated strings for a while, because we've been playing coated strings for a long time. So maybe it has something to do with that as well, but I do really like the feel of them. So, that concludes the
electric string process.
The electric guitar string video. So, heavy core versus standard, and Alex's Mexican Willies versus the standard. So, no Willy jokes in future. That's so annoying.
Especially the Mexican ones.
I think I'm gonna get you the Willies anyway. Performance Plus for both of us. Big thank you to the awesome people at Jim Dunlop, MXR, Way Huge, Yada Yada Australia, for sending all this stuff out to us, and for basically now sponsoring us with Jim Dunlop Strings. So yeah.
You can see the flex just wiggling the strings there. They do feel lighter. A bit would be good if you, want that super light thing without having to change a whole setup.
Why would you want that super light thing?
I don't know, if you want to play widdly gem stuff. Anyway, thanks for hanging. Comments below. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know.
Do you like the standards or do you love the Willies?
Or do you use any of these, or do you use the Willies? Do you like Mexican Willies on your guitar? See, this is like a limitless box of fun.
Wow.
That will sadly go away.
I'm going to stop press recording.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging.
See you guys. Thank you.